What's going on, guys? It's Jeff, and I have some breaking news. All-Pro defensive end Trey Hendrickson of the Cincinnati Bengals has officially been given permission to seek a trade. And obviously, the Lions need an edge, so Lions fans are freaking out about it, and rightfully so. He's a very good player. So let's get to the tweet, and I'll add more context here. Adam put out the Bengals have taken the rare step. I love that little shade there. Rare step of granting All-Pro defensive end Trey Hendrickson permission to seek a trade. And you see above, it says Trey Hendrickson has led the NFL with 35 sacks over the last 2 seasons and finished second this past season in the Defensive Player of the Year running. Now, just by reading the news, it's very easy to be like, well, yeah, of course, Trey Hendrickson, Aidan Hutchinson. I mean, Trey had 17 and a half sacks the last 2 seasons. You know how ridiculous that is? And Hutch was probably on pace to have around the same number. Like, it doesn't feel real to have 2 guys that can play at that level. I have 2 things to say. One, obviously, I would love the pairing. Who wouldn't, right? To have a guy like that, that's what you need on the other side of Hutch. Okay, we get that. He's an incredible player. He's an all-pro, obviously. Here's the other side of it. And this is where we got to come back down to earth. He's owed $15 million next season, which is cheap, right? Like about $16 million. Which is cheap. You're like, oh my gosh, for Trey Hendrickson? Here's the problem. He's not under contract after that. The reason they're trading him is because they can't extend him. He wants a contract. So this is where we run into a similar but not quite the same, given Myles Garrett's under contract for 2 more years. And, you know, he probably would like to be paid probably the highest player in the NFL or highest non-defensive, whatever he'd want. He wanted a massive extension, but Trey's in a similar boat, but it's 1 year less. He wants an extension. If he were to go anywhere, he's going to want a massive deal. And I ask you guys, is that a move that Brad Holmes, general manager of the Detroit Lions, would do? My answer, no, it wouldn't. It's not a move he would make. Doesn't mean you can't hope he does or really like Trey Hendrickson, but if I'm being real, I'm telling you, he's not going to do this. It doesn't make sense. With all the players they have to pay, you're going to make Aidan in 2-3 years, you're going to sign him to be the highest paid defensive player. And you're going to give Trey Hendrickson an extension in a year earlier than you would a player like a Myles Garrett. At least you'd have Myles Garrett under contract for 2 years. And if you don't want to re-sign him, it's like, well, we got 2 years of Myles Garrett. You get 1 year of Trey. Unless he's okay with having a rental. I haven't heard anything about that. At this point, I don't think it would happen. I think he'd want to go to a team that would give him a contract almost immediately. You're seeing this with DK Metcalf as well. He wants a new contract. This is a common thing among players. If you can't work out a deal with your team, they'll trade you. But the team that they're being traded to has to have an extension ready in place. That's the problem the Detroit Lions are going to face. It's not just acquiring them, because it's like, yeah, give up a draft pick. Who cares? It's Trey Hendrickson. You know, I'll give away any draft pick. It comes with the contract too. So, and he's 30 years old. You know, and he's going to play at a high level. But is Brad going to actually do that? I would say no. Other teams that would? Yes, absolutely. Teams that need an edge, that have cap, and they're not paying their quarterback, for example, like the Commanders. Maybe. I don't know if it's the Lions. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Trey Hendrickson news. Again, the question isn't if you like him, because I love him. The question is, will the Lions do it? Comment down below. Leave your thoughts. We'll talk about it tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. Can't wait to get into it. It's going to be a great discussion, and we'll be answering questions from you guys. So come hang out with us, 8 to 10. But until then, I will see you all. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested, or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.